Now, I'm going to take you a few kilometres west of our studio here in central London to a pocket of northwest London. It's called Maida Hill Market Square, and it's been at the centre of a legal battle between a group of residents and the local authority, Westminster City Council. The fight has been over the right to play dominoes. A group of residents, mainly from the West Indies and the Caribbean, have been gathering in the square for more than 10 years to chat, socialise, play dominoes, cards and backgammon. However, the council banned them from congregating there last year, citing noise and antisocial behaviour problems. Some of the neighbours had been making complaints, but, and here's the twist, the domino players won a case in court against the ban. So I took a trip down to Maida Hill Market Square to meet them.
When we was back home, most of life, even as a little child, this is one of the games that we needed to play was dominoes. Apart from cards, it's dominoes. Because we can all congregate together and we can do it. We will learn it from when we was young, and it's a therapy for us playing dominoes.
So do you think it was because they didn't recognise the cultural significance and importance to you that they wanted to remove this?
Councils, yes, definitely. The councils, definitely. They didn't understand the concept of just sitting down and playing on dominoes and what it means to the ethnic minority. They just had no idea.
Sorry for my ignorance. Can you show me how you play?
We'll pick up 7 dominoes. So you pick up 7 dominoes also.
Can I play?
Yes, pick up 7
Amazing.
dominoes.
1, 2, 3,
Johnny?
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Amazing. I didn't realise I was going to get to play.
Well, now
This
you
is a
can.
bonus.
So I've got a double 6. You
Okay.
start off with the highest, which is the double 6. And this gentleman will play next, Tony.
Whenever you haven't got a 6, I'll say pass.
Why do you think the council was trying to clear all of this?
Okay, well, they had a great big idea to do some regeneration around the market. What they actually asked initially, via injunction, was that nobody could social gather, no music could be played, and then they pieced together bits of already existing antisocial behaviour laws to conjure up a tailored action just to rid this square of these people.
I felt absolute depression. I didn't know what to do with myself half of the time. So the council was totally out of order, to be honest. Now you look at your hand, so you know it's either a 6 or a blank.
Look where it is.
Yeah.
Put your hands down,
Take it.
know the one what you're doing, and there you are. But we like to go. Now you look at your hand, so you know it's either a 6 or a blank.
Look where it is.
Yeah.
Put your hands down,
Take it.
know the one what you're doing, and there you are. But we like to go like that.
That's
Then
where
it
your
gives you
problem
that.
begins.
Is,
Now I get it.
and now you get it. That means you're taking too long, Jack. It's winning doesn't matter as long as we're having the game. No point trying to cheat,
Ooh,
mate.
good girl.
Well, what happened is you go, I pass. Oh, look at. Hello, my friend.
That's me.
What did the judge say?
It should never have been issued in the first place, the injunction. And the way that the council went about dealing with the court case, you know, it really wasn't right. And I think it's time now that they start to deal with this community properly and show some respect for the community that it's supposed to be serving.
There are people shouting, people drinking. Some of the residents said, we're working from home, it's hard with this level of noise. Do you have any sympathy for them?
Yes, absolutely. 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 And we've tried in many, many ways. I've tried in many ways to stem this a little bit from the noise down there.
The key to solving everybody's problem is the council giving some proper provision that is sustainable. And it will be sustainable if they allow us some power and autonomy and control over what happens in that space, and if they put commitment to sustaining it.
It's funny because it feels like there's a kind of culture clash, people not understanding the shouting and the slamming. Did you have any support within the council?
I didn't find it any support at all. They wouldn't give us something. They was doing everything to stop us.
When you pull yourself.
Anna, you no, don't slip.
So everyone's got to try to.
And that's in there. Yeah. And that is how you do it.
What would you say now to the residents and the council?
We would like to invite some of these people that you say are complaining to come down and get involved.
Have a look. Come and at least.
Yes, come and socialise and have a win there, and you will see it's completely different.
We're going to organise a domino rama out here. Obviously, we understand certain things, and when we were always saying like, "Shh, don't play the music too loud," and trying to police it ourselves. But obviously, having that sort of direct conversation would be a lot better too, because we've tried to work together, but we just get their complaints via the council. Maybe it's because they don't necessarily understand that these guys are quite cool, and they just, they'd like and to see you come and play. Also, we want to live in harmony with you. We want to live in harmony with you, and it's about the council helping all of us.
When originally the first complaints had, it was the noise, which is the banging. Now, as you can see, you can hear it, and it does well.
So that's the problem.
That is one of the problems, because almost dancing rhythm, isn't it?
If somebody plays a really good card, obviously people will go, whoa, or whatever.
And so what would you say to them?
Come down and join in.
Come on down.
Come on down and socialise.
74-year-old Ernest there. Lord Ricketts, what does this report highlight for you?
The thing that intrigued me about this is how you could be playing dominoes and be socially disruptive. It's always seemed to me to be rather a quiet game. But I think what it does bring out is what a wonderful multicultural society London is. And that's what strikes visitors. People from France, for example, from Europe, they all say you've got every community on earth in London and everybody rubs along together. And it's a wonderfully relaxed and fun atmosphere. It's one of the things that is attractive about London. Of course, multiculturalism needs mutual understanding. And one community's fun and games mustn't rub up against other people and annoy them. And that's the kind of friction that councils have to manage. But I think it would be an enormous pity to lose that sense where people can go down into the wonderful parks, into the open spaces in London and do their thing alongside other communities. So I really hope that this can be solved in an amicable way.
Actually, you say that, just walking down the Harrow Road to get there, I noticed I was walking past women in burqas, women in crop tops. Yeah. It was so multicultural. Is this something that struck you too, Yasmin?
Absolutely. I mean, of all the cities I've lived in, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., I mean, London is without question the most multicultural city I think I've ever lived in. And indeed, when I moved here, I lived on the Haringey Green Lanes, which if you ever visit, which you absolutely should, is just kind of so diverse, just like very brimming with like people, various types of restaurants. I just absolutely loved it. And I think, what are public spaces if not to be a place where we get to know our neighbors? And unfortunately, I think the one downside is that London isn't necessarily a city known for being that neighbor. I haven't talked to my neighbors. Maybe that's just my problem, but I think it's such a great space. And also you think about what it solves. I mean, loneliness, especially for people of the older generation. Is such an issue. And, especially after a couple of years of COVID where we were all stuck inside, it is lovely that people can get together in a public space, share their passions. And the fact that they invited their neighbors to come along and see for themselves, I think was really sweet.
Thank you both. You're listening to